Okay, here's my head scratcher this morning, using head scratchers as questions for the Reformed tulip and theology, Reformed Calvinist theology people. Did you know, or does it matter, that there are 7 different kinds of dead in the Bible? I was looking at John chapter 11 again, and I know some Calvinists, not all, some, use John chapter 11 and Lazarus raising from the dead as a picture of regeneration, new birth unto new life. Only God's power can call you from the grasp of hell or the grasp of death, and spiritual revival, renewal. But the problem is that story is just not about spiritual life. You got a physically dead person coming back to life. You've got tons of information about a resurrection. Both Lazarus, Martha, Mary, not Lazarus, sorry, Mary and Martha talked to Jesus about resurrecting on the last day. So I just don't know why some, and I repeat, some Calvinists go to John 11 and say, look, the powerful voice, and goes in and starts up the engine of Lazarus and the heart and brings him back. Lazarus was a believer. Lazarus was already a believer. The 7 different deaths, by the way, you can read this if you want. I've been reading and taking notes on the whole book of John. So, words have meaning. Apostasy has multiple meanings. Fear has multiple meanings. There's 7 different baptisms in the Bible. So here's the 7 different deaths. By the way, I'm not saying I figured this all out on my own. I had help. So 1, physical death. 2, there's spiritual death, which is a separation. 3, positional death. So a new believer is now dead to the old self, dead to the sin nature. 4, the believer can have, carnal death, temporal death, when you sin and you get out of fellowship. 5, when a Christian produces dead works. James 2, the believer is out of fellowship and they go and help Granny across the road. It doesn't count to glorify God, so to speak. It does not count as a good work, even though you are declared righteous, justified. You're still out of fellowship, i.e., dead works. Sexual death, or, procreation, dead womb, such as Sarai, Sarah, and Abraham is just one of the many examples in the Bible. And then, of course, the second death is the permanent separation, Matthew 25:41. So, hey, Calvinists, why do some of you, and why do some reformers say this is just the end-all, be-all example of regeneration and how it works? This is election in action. Here's what it looks like. Look at Jesus. Only the power can raise people from the dead. But is it really about spiritual death? Head scratchers abound.